Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another wonderful program, wonderful segment of the day, which we are going to talk about the First World War. So these are things that we are going to tackle. We're going to do by questioning, by questionnaires, and you drop your call, you will call, or you send a WhatsApp message to discuss about the First World War. So now this is how we are going to do the situation. Okay, we are not just going to be the sole protocol, but we are going to start with the causes of the First World War. First, we go to the synopsis. Sorry, we start with the synopsis of what the First World War is all about and what is meant by the causes. And we may finally go down to the consequence of the First World War. So we are going to skip the cause because in our subsequent class is something that really need to explain demonstration. So if you're still new, just like and subscribe to our channel for more beautiful updates like this. So we are going to start with a straight call to discuss what is the causes. What is the First World War all about? So you are going to call us. You give us your name, your location, and you give us why you call us. So thank you. I think we have the very first caller online. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Please, what am I talking to?
Yeah, Mr. Jude from Zimbabwe.
Okay. So right on with your contribution.
Yeah, the causes of the First World War. The First World War was a European confrontation, okay? It started in Europe around the early hours of 1914 and ended around
Mm-hmm.
1918. So it was a European war because it concerns mainly Europe. So the war
Mm-hmm.
was really originated in Europe, and so we really call
Yeah.
it the European war as a result of how it was Europeans' affairs, but not just European affairs
Mm-hmm.
because in the later on it was extended to other parts of the world. So thank you very much.
Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. At least let's leave the line for another person to call and give the causes of the First World War. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Um, that was that we have heard from the very first caller, and he was talking. He was talking about the causes, the First World War, synopsis of the First World War. So now we are going to open the floor is still open to discuss about the causes now, the causes of the First World War. So you remember you can still call us and drop your contributions on how the causes of the First World War. So let's listen since like we have the call line. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, who am I talking to and where are you calling us from?
Mr. Douglas from Dubai.
You're welcome to explore. Learning
Also,
by
I'm
ear.
going to talk about the causes of the First World War.
Okay. So give us a contribution. Now you'll be
So,
on
the
causes of
causes
the
of the
First World
First
War.
World War were categorized into various causes which
Mm-hmm.
has to do with the alliance system. So, with the creation of alliance system in Europe, there
Yes.
was a little bit of disunity amongst Europeans. So, each member state
Mm-hmm.
decided to create alliance system. With this alliance system, they were like able to say touch one, touch all. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a dangerous way of dividing Europe when Europe was divided into two. So I think the alliance system has a great role to play when it comes to the First World
That's
War.
great.
Because, for instance, if you look like the First World War, we talk about the causes, we will go straight to the immediate and the remote causes, and I have started with the remote causes. Which one of them is the alliance system? So, the alliance system has a great role to play in the First
Okay.
World War. The other causes of the First World War was as a result of the armed race in Europe, armed race, the creation of many arms, they needed where to test, and they're not going to test it on animal. So there was high probability that race will lead to another competition. So when the outbreak of the First World War started, it was a great joy to this nation to express their arms and see who has a more powerful arm. So the next causes of the First World War, which we are going to look straight, will be
Mm-hmm.
the failure of the Berlin West African Conference. The Berlin West African Conference was a stepping stone to the First World War as the Europeans were dissatisfied in the Berlin-West Conference because it was only geared
Mm-hmm.
towards Germany to colonize many territories in Africa and the world at large. So the next point that we are going to see of First World War again is the rise of
I
Industrial
see.
Revolution. The rise of Industrial Revolution also has a great role to play in the First World War because the more work were done by machine than hand, so hence they needed market to sell the surplus.
Mm-hmm.
So as a result, there was no other thing but the First World War. So the next point that we are going to see again will be the lack of peacekeeping force to maintain peace and stability in Europe and the world. So the lack of peacekeeping force was a great weakness to the First World War because there was no organization in charge like the League of Nations or United Nations that only came after the First World War. So there was no organization that could stand and say, let us maintain world peace in the world. So that was that for the causes, and we go straight to the immediate cause, which was the assassinations of Archduke Francis, the heir to Austrian throne, by a Bosnian student called Gavrilo Princip around the Bosnian territory of Sarajevo, and the Austrian ultimatum that she gave to all Serbians to compensate within 24 hours, and the failure by the Serbian to receive this
That is
ultimatum
interesting program.
caused Austria to saw moral and military support from Germany, and Italy decided to wage war on Serbia. So Serbia on its own was a very small state that they could not do anything about it. So it needed assistance too. That is why Britain and France on the other side saw touch one, touch all, like we mentioned of the remote causes, that they cannot leave their almighty Serbian like that. So they have to give support to Serbia. So that much or saw the First World War, the causes of the First World War. And I believe if there is more point I'm going to highlight when I will be talking time to time, because we really need to highlight this. Remember, alliance system, armed race, Berlin Conference, Berlin West African Conference, Industrial Revolution, lack of peace, the assassination of Archduke Francis Ferdinand, the heir to the Austrian throne by a Bosnian student called Gavrilo Princip, Austral invasion of Serbians with moral support given by
Yeah,
Germany
but now I
and
think
Italy,
that we should go
and
to the
also moral
causes
support.
and
Thank you.
the causes should be straight. Okay, since as you want to give the consequence, and we think that we should go to the consequence and should go straight to the point. Okay, so that we can save the time of our audience. Yeah. So what were the consequences? We just need about we just need four consequences from you of the First World War and nothing more. So the audience can retain it then in our subsequent class when we are giving the courses, the course, when we see how we want to talk about the consequence properly. So for now, let's just go straight to highlight maybe four points. Yes, so we are all yes.
Yeah. I'm just going
Okay.
to highlight 4 points about
Number one.
the consequence of the First World War. So it has to do with the First World War, which was a global confrontation, had devastating consequences, which ranging
Okay.
from the first, which was led of the loss of life and property. Loss of life and property, of life and property.
That's it.
People lost their life as a result of this First World War. So up to date, I believe that there is still devastating wounds from the First World War, which was really a bloody confrontation because it was the first confrontation so ever. The next was also as a result of led to the formation of the
Okay.
League of Nations, which was a positive impact, and it led to the separation of many territories in Africa because it stopped Germany from having access to territories in Africa. Sorry, stopped Germany, so it led to the secession of many territories in Africa, and
Okay.
also led to the panic that bonded in the minds of the Europeans because they knew that Germany could attack at any cost. So those were some of the consequences of the First World War, and I believe if there is anything more we're going to add, remember I'm very happy for your program, so I really need to drop comments. That's why I cannot highlight the
Wow.
consequence. At least this program is really beautiful, making us to know many things, many
Okay, that
things.
was that for that. That was that.
So
Thank
thank you
you.
very
Bye
much.
bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was that for the segment about the First World War. Remember, we were talking about the First World War, and we said it was a European war, so that was extended to other part of the world. So, we highlight some of the courses. We divided it into two: immediate and the remote courses. Like our correspondents, this second correspondent gave the remote and immediate courses of the First World War, and we also went further to also discuss about the consequence of the war. So we also highlight at least 4 points to save of time. So in a subsequent class, we are going to see on how we can really work more on the consequence of the First World War, because it's really pertinent. It was really a bloody confrontation. So, but notwithstanding, we are still going to say thank you very much and all the collaborators. We know we have you at heart, especially the first caller from Zimbabwe, the second caller from Dubai. So at least we are very happy that at least we have contributors who can really boost the educational department. Remember, the channel name is Explore. You can explore everything, just like, subscribe to our channel and share. We don't know, we may have somebody who is in need of what we are discussing. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye and bye bye for now. See you next time. See you next time.